Hi guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today is a look at a premium edition. But before we get into that, buying premium editions, limited editions, do you find that you go on eBay and you see vastly inflated prices for some of these editions? As collectors, we don't really like to see this, do we? They're kind of called scalpers. People that buy multiple editions of films, editions, collector's editions, and put them on eBay for vastly inflated prices. I'm not a fan of this practice. I know people are allowed to put what they want on eBay to get some return, but some of these editions are priced really high and kind of out of the reach of most of us. I've got this, which is a premium edition. I've had it for a few weeks. Haven't done an unboxing yet, but I was able to get this for quite a good price. Having patience, negotiating with a seller can sometimes work in your favour. So let's find out today what's in this package, and let's just discuss scalpers today on the video. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Matt and this channel is all about movies, collecting 4Ks, Blu-rays, DVDs and sometimes VHS. I do chat videos about the home entertainment industry, about collecting. Also look at some sort of tech as well, like 4K players, amplifiers, this sort of thing, all to do with the home entertainment section. We look at editions like this as well. So if that's something you're interested in, scan the QR code that's on the screen now, or subscribe in the usual way down below. It's completely free to do so, and I've got a wealth of playlists that you can go and check out on the channel. Right, let's get into it. Okay, so this package has come, like I say, it's a premium edition, but yeah, you often find, don't you, on eBay, things like this, which I'm going to show in a minute, can go for silly prices. There are people on eBay that will try their luck. They will try to get as much money for something as they can. Now, I guess we all want to try and make a bit of money out of things, but it kind of stops collectors like us getting things for kind of the retail price that they were. Okay, you have to factor in postage and fees and this kind of thing, which is fine. I understand that. But some of these prices on eBay are just ridiculous. Generally with the premium editions like this, you won't always see multiples, but certainly with some of these UK releases, you'll see sellers with multiple copies of the same item selling it for vastly inflated prices. And what can retailers do about this? Personally, I think what they should do is limit it to one copy per order. Now, I know people can get around this by creating multiple accounts with different emails, but do you really want to have to do that? Probably some of these people just want to go in, buy X amount of stock, and then stick it on eBay the next day at a vastly inflated price. I do think this would allow the opportunity for genuine collectors to be able to order things without them all going out of stock so fast. This edition that I'm going to show is a edition from abroad, and often these are on what's called group buys, or these websites will release these straight away and they go out of stock instantly. You've literally got to be there with your mouse clicking on it, because some of these things can sell out in seconds. Not particularly this one, but that certainly does happen with some of these releases. And it's bad practice, I think, for people to be buying multiple copies of these films, editions, putting them on eBay for double or, sort of 20-30% above what the retail price is. So what's my best advice? Be patient, wait. Find a seller that's willing to negotiate with you. This is what I do all the time. and 9 times out of 10 it works. If some sellers won't budge on price, fair enough, that's what they want. You just either have to make the decision, are you prepared to pay that money, or do you walk away? Most of the time I walk away. On the odd occasion I may be tempted, but usually you'll find these editions will come up again at some point, hopefully for a much better price. So this film divided a lot of people. A lot of people didn't like this. It was a sequel to a film which was fantastic. A lot of people thought this was probably some of the best DC films to come out since The Dark Knight. But this sequel went in a different direction and people didn't really respond to it. They didn't think it was that great. Me personally, I actually quite enjoyed this film. Yeah, okay, there's elements to it which didn't quite work, but overall I thought it was a really good story. It ends with this film. It's a two films basically telling the story of a character, and I thought it was quite a nice standalone piece in the DC world. Took all the, you know, the stickers and all that off of it. It is well bubble wrapped though. I haven't like undone the cellophane, but this I think was a collector. Like I say, I communicated with this person and they did a good deal on it. Certainly not a scalper, not somebody who's just out for profit. And it is the film Joker, a Folie Deux. So this is a Mantalab double lenticular. Limited to 1,000 copies, 664. Does come in its own little bag. I think it's then sealed inside. Yep. So as with Mantalabs, we get the nice little lenticular. Mantalab exclusive. We do get like a little sticker there. Oh, he shows up better on black, doesn't it? So that's there. So what have we got on the back here? There's your J card. So we've got the 4K disc, which has got a Dolby Atmos HD track on it with various languages. And we have the Blu-ray with the film as well and special features. 138 minutes long. It also does have Dolby Vision on it. I don't have Dolby Vision capable equipment, but yeah, it's good to go for the future. Here's the lenticular. That's the scene where they're coming down the stairs. That staircase is shown in the original film. And then we've also got the courtroom there. Now, a lot of this does take place within a courtroom, which I think, again, a lot of people didn't really like that. I know it was the singing aspect, and I think that was largely driven by Lady Gaga. But there's a couple of those scenes that actually I felt did work okay. There was a couple which maybe didn't need to be in there. And with a little bit of a slight re-edit, I think this could be tightened up, maybe made a little bit shorter for pacing. But overall, I quite enjoyed this film. I know for a lot of people, they didn't think it was very good at all. Yeah, it didn't do very well. It was a bomb. Strangely enough, this film, which was the first one, Joker, was a runaway success. Joaquin Phoenix in the lead role was fantastic. They nailed this film and people love this film. But then the complete opposite with Joker Folie Deux, people just didn't connect with it at all. This is a really nice edition as well. This is a company called U-Mania, and again it's a single lenticular like that, and you've got the Steelbook inside there with all the sort of gubbins. There is a limited number on that one as well, but it's only the outer case and booklets and stuff. The Steelbook was a Warner Brothers exclusive Steelbook, which is a really nice design. I've shown this on the channel previously, so yeah, I'm not going to get this out now. Okay, so let's get into this edition. Now, I did own this on 4K before. I did have a custom Steelbook. I wasn't overly happy with that edition. I'd seen this Mantalab and I decided to sell that one and put the money towards this edition. Like I say, the seller for this was pretty reasonable. You know, he negotiated with me, so I got it for a pretty good price. Okay, so yeah, that looks really nice. So like I say, you've got the lenticular there, the stairway, really cool. There's your spine, and then on the back you've got Harley Quinzel going into the courtroom with all the crowd. Joker on the top, that's embossed as well, and then on the bottom, yeah, you get your number down there. So inside we've got the Steelbook. So there's the Steelbook. Also got a booklet as well. Let's have a look at the booklet first. This was the artwork that was on the UK edition, I believe, and I did quite like that. But the back artwork was Harley Quinzel, but she was upside down. So I would have much preferred it if they'd have done it just like that. Don't quite know why they went with that design decision, but there we go. So let's have a quick look at this. Okay, so it's just a picture booklet. There's no writing in it. That is a little bit of a shame. Let's go through some pages. It's been a little while since I've seen this film, so I quite like to revisit it. Like I say, some of the musical numbers didn't quite work, but I did think the courtroom scene was very good, and I actually quite liked the ending. I thought it was quite brave, quite clever in a way to do what they did. I know it didn't ring true with a lot of people, but you know, they try these things out, don't they? So let's get into the Steelbook. I can see it's a nice glossy Steelbook. So we've actually got debossing, not embossing. But yeah, that's a really nice shiny Steelbook. There's your back. I did like, now that image was on my custom Steelbook. Yeah, I do like that one as well. I think that's really cool. Open it up. Okay, so we do get a little pamphlet there as well. And then you get the Blu-ray and the 4K disc in there. You also get some artwork in the back there, which showing the Joker under some umbrellas. Now there was an Italian version of that done like that. Not a big fan of that artwork. It's what they've gone for. So the 4K Ultra disc is a triple layer disc, and the Blu-ray is a dual layer disc. So that's really nice. Yeah, really happy with that actually. There's the spine as well. Really nice finish on this Steelbook. Let's have a look at the art cards. So you've got a nice envelope there with the Joker, Folie, Deux, Phoenix and Gaga. Quite like that. There's the back. Couple of character cards. The back is like this. Arthur Fleck. I guess this is the story of Arthur Fleck, isn't it, really? Not so much the Joker. Well, yeah. Certainly in the first film, but this one he's kind of struggling with his identity. Now that's quite nice, isn't it? Like black and white. And she's quite a manipulative character, I feel. But yeah, a lot of good chemistry between the two actors. I think Lady Gaga is quite a good actress, actually. I think she's quite multi-talented. But yeah, I know for a lot of people this just didn't work. So yeah, some really nice art cards with this release. So I'm really happy with this Mantalab double lenticular for Joker Folie Deux. Like I say, I bought it on eBay. The seller was pretty accommodating with a little bit of negotiation. Watching this item for some time, a little bit of patience. I have seen this item on eBay with other sellers for almost double what I got it for. Like I say, this kind of scalping sort of mentality, it's not great. You know, us collectors don't like it, and often these sellers are just sitting with this stock on their pages, you know, their eBay pages or Vinted, wherever they advertise, you know, and people are just not going to pay these prices. So ultimately they have to reduce the price eventually, because they realise that, you know, the kind of prices they're asking are ridiculous. But anyway, there we go. I guess somebody out there at some point will go pull the trigger and is prepared to pay the price that they want. So I put this question to you now, down in the comments. What do you think of scalpers? Have you ever paid over the top for something, or are you kind of against this and wish that, you know, this practice wasn't allowed? Certainly retailers would benefit, I think, from one copy per order. I know people sometimes buy two in case there's damage, but it kind of then allows people to sort of buy multiples and then try and sell them on eBay or Vinted or Facebook or wherever it is. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. I'm sure a lot of people don't like this practice. My advice is to be patient, negotiate with your seller, be polite, see if they'll bring the price down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you find that they're not budging on price, then just simply walk away. I'm sure you'll find the item again that'll come up with somebody else, and you'll be able to get it for much more of a reasonable price. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. Take care. See you next time.